Oh hey, you know what I haven't done in a long time? I haven't done a Q&A. So you know what, I'm gonna do that now. The first question comes from the fire within. When is the drunkest you've ever been? Is there a story? Yes, there is a story. I can definitely like mark 2 or 3 different times in my life where I remember saying out loud, this is the drunkest I've ever been, and it's been bad. But luckily I've never had a hangover. I've never once drunk so much that I had to like throw up or anything. So I've had pretty good experiences with alcohol. I know when to stop. Most times when I get drunk, it's because of a mistake in that I didn't eat earlier and so it got to my system faster, or it was free and I just drank too much. Basically, the one time I remember very specifically was I was at a concert, The Weeknd was playing, I think Drake was there. I didn't really know either of those 2 bands at the time yet, and I was drinking free wine, you know, because that's what happens when you're a YouTuber, you get a lot of free wine. And at this point, I had 4 free wines. That is 4 too much because I had not eaten earlier because the food was not free. It was charged quite a lot. I didn't have enough money for food, and I was like, well, there's drinks. I can afford that. Dumb. I remember I was so drunk, I cannot remember most of the concert. I remember at one point Drake came out on stage and I kept saying, it's the duck, because even when I'm drunk, I think of shitty puns. So I'm thinking of like Drake as in a male duck. Stupid. And then I had to go to the bathroom, so I like ended up walking out. I found my way to the toilet, and as I came back, Joe Sugg walked up to me and was like, hey, Evan. And I was like, wait. And then, don't know why, I literally got down from the chair I was sitting in the hallway, and then just started rolling. Nobody told me to roll, but I literally just started rolling as you do down a hill. And I was rolling, and as I roll, every 360 degrees, some other piece of electronic falls out of my pocket. I lose my charger, there's my iPhone, there's my other phone, there's my wall. I literally was just like losing things, and I was having a ball, man. I was like, woo, I'm having a great time. Felt like I was swimming in my head. I get up, and Joe's just like filming me the whole time, and I was just like, don't you upload that. He didn't, but he showed me the clip the other day. Jesus, why? That is why you should always make sure to eat proper amounts of food before drinking. Drink responsibly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then on the way home, I just remembered my friend Josh ended up trying to get me home, but he had to go to a different station, so he dropped me off at Waterloo Station so I could get some food in me. But when I went to the McDonald's to get food, I ended up calling Dodie and then like sobbing to her on the phone at like 11:30 at night, just like, and I'm like tears pouring out of my face. And there was like people at the McDonald's that were coming up to me and like patting me on the shoulder like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, as I noticed I was like dripping with drink responsibly, please. It was crazy. So, feelings on Arson? Skylar, my hot flame of a wife. You know I have a lot of feelings for Arson. I love Arson. Do you watch Game of Thrones? If yes, what do you think about the new season? Honestly, I do not watch Game of Thrones. The only reason I want to is because I feel like every girl I match with on Tinder is like, love watching Game of Thrones. I'm like, that would be a great conversation starter. But I just couldn't get into it. There's too many seasons at this point to jump in, and I'm just like, I'll let everyone else enjoy it. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure everyone that is enjoying it for a good reason. Personally, if I wanted to watch dwarves have sex, I could just do it for free on the internet. What? If you could bring one tradition over from America, what would it be? Thanksgiving. I really love Thanksgiving. I like that it is basically all about family and about eating food and being thankful for everything, because we need to be more thankful in society, and I love how non-commercialized it is. I mean, it's getting more commercialized in America, but it's like the least commercialized. It's mostly about being with your family. That's the most important part. Not about giving your family a present, not about doing anything crazy, just being thankful and being with your family. Thanksgiving, it's my fave. How was your birthday, B-Day boy? My birthday was pretty great, thanks for asking. It was on Saturday this past week, and I went to Alton Towers, which if you didn't know, is a theme park. It's like an amusement park all the way up north in England. It was a good time. I filmed an entire travel vlog from it if you want to check that out. It was actually really enjoyable. I really like this video as well, so, by the way, I'm pointing to nothing. I just realized annotations don't work anymore. There's a card! It's in the description! It was a good time. At least someone remembered my birthday. What are your thoughts on art museums and galleries? Do you like them? Do you even like art that much? As a kid, I didn't really care much for like modern art or for abstract art. I thought it was pointless and dumb. I was like, oh, I can just do this myself. And I was much more into realistic art like impressionist and stuff like that. However, as I got older, I now much more appreciate abstract art and modern art for what the artist is trying to convey, like multiple things at the same time. I don't know. When I went to Guggenheim this past week in New York, it was amazing. I really loved it. It was such a better experience than when I went as a kid and I didn't have his appreciation for it. So your taste in arts change. There you go. Would you ever consider doing a collab with Jake Paul? You know, I was just talking to my friend Sammy about this and I was like, I'd totally live in the Team 10 house for like a couple months. I think it'd be fun. I don't know. I feel like I'd be on the outside looking in, but it would be interesting to just watch from the inside and figure out what the heck is happening in there, but pretend to be on their side, but be a spy the whole time. Be like secretly vlogging. It'd be fun. Favorite song from Dear Evan Hansen? Definitely Waving Through a Window. It's a great song. Tips for saving money? Yeah, tips are pretty good for saving money. Get a job as a waiter. Any advice for someone moving to a new school? Yeah, when I moved to a new school, I kind of didn't want to make many waves. I was a bit quieter than usual. I didn't want to make any enemies necessarily, and I was too scared to make friends. So I just tried to be very into myself until other people approached me, and then slowly I opened up. That helped me. Maybe if you're more outgoing, you can just go make friends easily. Join clubs. I found that was the easiest way. I think I joined Spanish club and drama club. If you're definitely into plays and stuff, that's a good way of making friends. I feel like drama kids are way more outgoing and friendly than other kids in school. If you could live in any fictional world, where would you choose? Pokemon. I just feel like Pokemon is such a fun, innocent world. No one really dies either. Like, you could fly in the air, blasting off again, and then land on the ground. You'd be fine. I feel like death has just been cured there. Except Pokemon. They somehow almost die in the actual anime universe. But humans, we're great. It'll be fine. I could sing myself to sleep with a Jigglypuff. Do you dab on the haters? Of course. We gotta dab on the haters. Get it. What was your top 2 favorite subjects in school? Math and gym. I was one of those kids who probably hated a gym because I really enjoyed it and I really cared about winning. I'm a competitive person, and gym was the only time during school you got to have fun. It was like recess for high school and middle school. How could you not enjoy that? I liked playing baseball and soccer and anything else that we got to play. And you know what? I tried my best to win. I don't understand why you aren't gonna try. Just catch the ball, Jennifer. It's not that hard. It's just really annoying. If you're there, you might as well have a fun time and help me win, okay? I was a gym class hero. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse? I'm pretty sure I would. I mean, I'm so good at Last of Us factions online now. I feel like if I can fire a bow like I can in the game, which I totally can, I've got archery merit badge, I would kill at a zombie apocalypse. No one would mess with me. I'm like, boom, boom, secretive. Okay, I'm a stalker. I'm going under there, boom, killing all the zombies. I would basically be king of the zombie apocalypse. Join me, join my faction. We'll survive. What's your favorite cartoon? I had to think quite a bit about this, and I feel like the cartoon that had the biggest influence over me over my entire life was SpongeBob. It's such a good, funny show, with really good writing. The jokes are hilarious. SpongeBob SquarePants. It's just great. What's something you've impulsively said that filled the entire room with sexual tension and you instantly regretted it? Every day of my life I feel like this happens, but I remember one very specifically. If you didn't know this, I love abbreviating things. I think it's fun, so instead of saying abbreviating, I'll say abbrev. Why? It's just a fun thing I like to do. Well, one time I was quite hungry and someone said, "Does anyone want any food?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I'm well hung." I meant well hungry. I was just abbreviating. Room gets quiet. I'm like, you know what I meant? Not like, who wants food? I have a big penis. Are you going to collab with Thomas Sanders? I would love to. He's just so talented. I actually have collabed with Thomas Sanders in the past. He put me in his amazing Mad Libs video, and he was in my previous Valentine's Day collab. He was my favorite one. He was just such a talented man. Hate him. So gosh dang talented. Did you ever fall off of your bed? I don't really remember ever falling off of my bed, despite that being a fear growing up, living in a top bunk. But what I did do quite a lot was sleepwalk. I sleptwalk all the time. My mom used to find me out next to the Nintendo, just playing Super Nintendo with my eyes closed while asleep. I would just turn it on and then go and fall asleep. Or I'd sleepwalk outside or to the door. It was quite scary for her. I eventually stopped, but I still have quite a vivid imagination, and I have dreams and nightmares like every night. Luckily, I don't sleepwalk anymore. If you had to choose 3 subjects to do at A-levels, which would you do? This is really difficult for me. I would definitely do math. I mean, that's the one that I know I can ace. But then I think I'd want to do German, not because I'm good at it now, but because I'd want to study it and then be really good at it and be proficient, A-level proficient at the end. And then my third one, I guess I'd want to do something like film studies. Maybe I want to get better at, music production. That'd be really nice. Is that something you do on A-levels? I'm very unfamiliar, but if I could go back in time and do A-levels instead of like SATs, those would be probably the ones I do. I heard English in A-levels is really difficult, and instead of just being like, how good is your vocab? It's more like, do you know all the fun little like AE with dots over it, sound phonetic things? I don't know any of that. I can't do that. Or literature, and I've never really gotten along with literature. I like reading, but I don't like to study. Did you go to the Dear Evan Hansen stage door after the show? I actually did. If you want to see the cool people that I saw there, you can actually click the link in the description for my travel vlog from that day. It was amazing. Are you not doing the Thursday response videos anymore? I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew, and I also didn't really know how I felt about them. I liked them at first, I still like the idea, but I don't just want to like churn out content, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like it was a good idea, but part of me felt like this is just extra stuff. I don't want to make filler as much as I just want to make stuff that I really like. Some of them I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I really want to address a couple of these comments. But if I don't get really specific comments I want to address in the video, I don't find it a useful idea. Depending on how interesting comments on a video are, or if someone brings up a point, or if I make a mistake, I'll do it. Otherwise, Probably won't. Tell us about the new merch. The new merch is so cool. It was designed by my friend Polly, and oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I got stickers, I got phone cases, posters, t-shirts, all available at Summer in the City, and then online very soon. Like I said, it will be very, very, very soon. Trust me, just working out some kinks. Working out those kinks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gotta work out those kinks in the t-shirts. Sorry, kink shame me. How soon will you be in your new flat? If you didn't know this, I'm actually moving out in 2 weeks. The meme mansion will be over. How sad is that? It's actually pretty sad. Moving in with Luke and 3 more friends that you don't actually know. That'll be exciting, but I'm really excited to move. I'm moving next to Dodie. We'll be like a 10-minute walk away, so we can go on runs together. I'm gonna force her to run, okay? Trying to get into these daily runs, build up the cardio. It'll be nice. I'm really excited to get like a new breath of fresh air. We have a bigger living room. We have a garden in this new place. And yeah, new beginnings, good. I usually don't like moving, but I think this is gonna be a good one. Mostly because I did all the work, I did the viewings, I did the deposit. I always end up being the one that does all the work for these types of things, but at the end of the day, when I do all the work, I feel good, I feel confident, because I got it done. Is there a pun that was so bad that you cringed? Literally all the puns that I ever make, but there's one specifically I made yesterday. Connie tweeted me to try and set me up to do an obvious answer to an obvious pun. What type of bees make milk? Now the obvious answer is boobies, but I was trying to think of a funny pun to trip her up that works as an answer to the question, but is also wordplay, and I came up with hornets. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's Ask Evan. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can give that thing a big thumbs up. And also, like I said, be sure to check out the travel videos I've been uploading this week. They're really good. I hope to see you at Sitsi. If I have and I gave you a big hug, I hope I give you another virtual hug right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.